I grew up in an average-sized city in Virginia, and I grew up in an apartment complex. When I was a little boy, it was 4 stories high. It had like 32 apartments in it, including a basement and an attic. And I grew up walking the streets. I was a young boy. That's where my home was. And this picture is very similar to what I grew up on. It was a little bit wider, maybe twice as wide, but big, tall, and had 2 big columns outside. It was called St. Charles Apartments. When I was 6 years old, there was a fire at the apartment complex, and my mother came and got me and my sister up. It was 1 a.m. in the morning, and there was a frantic knock on the door telling her to get up, that the apartment complex was on fire. And of course, there was a guy actually going from apartment to apartment telling people and shouting, telling people to get out, get out. The apartment was on fire. Now, everybody knows how scary fires are, man. Fires are scary. It's a scary thing to be involved in any type of a fire. It truly is. She gets us outside. This is about 1 a.m. in the morning. The fire trucks come. There is a small fire that's been set in the basement. Now, before we go further, let me tell you, my mother was the part-time housekeeper for the people that owned the building. We had only been there maybe 3 or 4 months, and she had rented a small storage space in the basement where she had stored all her stuff. We didn't have much. I was a poor white boy growing up in the city, and everything that we had, clothing, clothes, pictures, everything that we had was in that basement. This time it did not get burned up. So the fire come, and they put out the small fire. They don't know if it's arson, if it's the building old, if it's wiring. They don't know what it is. Okay, they leave. Everybody goes back to bed thinking this is just a one-time thing. About 3 o'clock that morning, again, knock at the door, screaming, frantic. There's a guy going from door to door. His name is Billy. He's telling everybody, get up, get out. There's a fire. Again, you have 32 apartments, 3 or 4 people in each apartment. It's 125, 130 people out in front of this building, 15, 20 children, maybe more outside, blankets around them. It's cold. There's another fire. It's in the basement again. The same guy, Billy, going from door to door, telling people there's a fire. Fire comes again. Fire trucks, fire people, they come, they put out the fire. Whoever's trying to set the fire, they're not able to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish, but they're sure as heck trying. They say longer this time. They don't know what to make of it, and maybe maybe they weren't competent. I don't know. I was just a small child. Everybody back to bed, but most folks at this point, it's 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Most folks are nervous. They're scared. They don't know what to think. 6 o'clock in the morning, would you not believe, here it comes. Screaming, shouts, and this time the place is really caught fire. Whoever was trying to set it, they've set it this time. The devil has done his job, because the apartment complex is on fire now. From the basement, the basement is in a blaze, man. It's rolling. Same guy going from door to door, everybody screaming, shouting, get out, get out, get out. Everybody's out front. Here comes the fire trucks. Here comes the fire chief this time. He comes. The fire trucks are able to swing in the back because we had alleys. Everywhere that I grew up in the city, there was alleys everywhere, alleys. They were able to get it out, but everything in the basement was destroyed. It was ruined, but it did not spread to the first, second, and third, and fourth floors, just barely. But the entire basement was just gone. My mom and we lost everything that we had. We didn't have much, but it was gone. The fire chief was outside, and this is about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. And by this time, they know somebody's tried to set this place ablaze, and somebody has. The fire chief is talking to my mother. He's talking to some other people. People are crying. People are scared. People are mad. One of the firemen, I'm not sure if it was a chief or not, he's talking to my mother and a couple other women, and he asked them, who do you think may be responsible for this? My mother looked right at this man named Billy and said, that son of a is the one who did it. She had no proof. Her gut, her instinct, her discernment told her this monster did it. And guess what? She was right. He did it. He was taken downtown. He was questioned, and he admitted to it. He was guilty. He served 3 years in prison, a little bit less than 3 years actually. He got out 2 years and change. He was given 3 years, I think. We lost everything we had. This man, Billy, he lived in the building. Everybody knew him. was good with the children. Everybody knew Billy. You see, the point of the story is this, folks. The devil will come to you as your friend. The devil will come to you with a handshake and a smile. The devil will come to you, and all his servants will come to you as your friend. The devil's friends and the devil's children will come to you and tell you, we love you, brother. We love you, sister. This is the truth. You see, that's who they really are. That's who they really are. If you bend down to do them a favor, they'll stab you in the back. The world that we live in now is such as this. If somebody were to break in my apartment, and I'm going to confront them, and I'm going to confront them harshly, trust me. I'm not boasting, I'm telling you the truth. Once I confront them, they will look at me and ask me, why are you confronting me? Yes, I'm trying to steal from you. Yes, I may even be here to harm you, but you don't have the right to confront me. This is what the devil and his children have always done. This is the truth. This is the truth of the world that we live in.